That's where 10 TV's Cierra Johnson joins us live with more on the investigation. Cierra?
Yes, Jerry and Yolanda, tonight police are telling me the body of that victim was found in the parking lot of Doghouse Pizza and Bar when we first arrived here on scene. This restaurant was pretty busy. Those patrons have since left, but that yellow crime tape we've seen so many times across the capital city remains. Now, I did have a chance to speak with the detective here on scene. He was telling me the details are limited and there are no details yet available for the victim, but he could confirm that call did come in about 8:15, and when police arrived, they found a victim dead in the parking lot from multiple gun wounds. Now, this detective does not believe the victim came from the restaurant and also does not believe this is a drive-by situation. But right now, detectives have no suspects and no motives. Again, still an active scene as detectives work to piece together exactly what happened before this individual was found dead. We'll, of course, bring you the latest both on air and online as those details become available. We're live on the city's south side. Cierra Johnson, 10 TV News.
Now, police tell 10 TV it happened around 8:45 tonight near Avalon Place and North Nelson Road, as you see on this map. This is East Columbus, and that's where 10 TV Cierra Johnson joins us live with more. Cierra?
Yes, Jerry, one male is dead tonight after being hit by a vehicle on North Nelson Road. You can see the yellow tape still up securing the scene, and this section of the road at Avalon Place is closed, as you mentioned, as those detectives work the scene. Now, details right now are extremely limited, but we do know that the call did come in at 8:45, originally as a shooting. CPD later determined that it was, in fact, an individual, that male individual, hit by a car. And just a few blocks away at the corner of Nelson and 5th, police are questioning the driver and passenger of a car they believe was in the area at this scene. Again, one person dead tonight on the city's east side after being hit by a car. Police have not released any other details except for that individual's gender. We will, of course, continue to bring you the latest both on air and online as those details become available. I'm on the city's east side. Cierra Johnson, 10 TV News.
Cierra, what'd you learn?
Yes, Jerry, tonight a 16-year-old student here at Lyndon McKinley is facing charges after a loaded .38 caliber handgun was found inside of a classroom here at the school. Now, according to Columbus Police, this handgun was recovered around 9 a.m. That's when a school resource officer entered a classroom, confronted the student, and was able to retrieve that handgun without incident. A resource officer from a nearby school was brought in as backup. That 16-year-old student is facing concealed carry charges. Again, a 16-year-old student is facing charges after bringing a loaded .38 caliber handgun to Lyndon McKinley High School. We're live at Lyndon McKinley. Cierra Johnson, 10 TV News. Students here at The Ohio State University are on edge after a female student was allegedly sexually assaulted by an individual she believed to be the driver of her rideshare.
It usually shows a picture of the driver and a picture of the car.
OSU student Brianna Spike says she often turns to rideshare services like Lyft and Uber as a safe alternative to walking home alone or late at night. But this third year says she may think twice about requesting a ride after learning that Columbus police are now searching for a man accused of sexual assault of a student after she entered what she believed to be her ride.
It's tragic that a lot of bad people target this campus.
I cannot even imagine. That's like, it's essentially being kidnapped.
According to this report, the incident happened around 1:30 a.m. in the area of West Lane Avenue in North High Street. Police say the suspect, or the driver, is described as an Asian male, 23 to 27 years old, 6 feet tall, thin-build, black hair with a spiked crew cut. And take a good look at this car. Police are on the search for a newer model white 4-door sedan like this one, and it may be missing a hubcap. So tonight, a warning for those utilizing rideshare services. Be cautious of your surroundings.
I'm definitely going to be way more cautious.
And as always, Columbus Police are asking for your help. If you have any information on this driver or have seen this car, you're urged to contact Columbus Police at the number on your screen. On the campus of Ohio State University, Cierra Johnson, 10 TV News.
Just one of the cucumber?
It's been nearly a year since a proposal passed by the Columbus City Council eliminated some of Lacey Thompson's youngest customers.
It has slowed down to a point with the college students.
Thompson owns the Joint Smoke Shop on High Street in the Short North. In October, signs like this one became commonplace both here and at businesses across the city. The signs notifying customers that the new age of purchasing any tobacco product had been raised from 18 to 21.
They are made aware when they walk into the door.
And this week, another city, Dublin, joined a growing list of cities joining the Tobacco 21 movement, a movement backed with full support of some. Health Commissioner for Franklin County Public Health, Joe Mazzola.
We know that that's part of a larger puzzle to solving the issue of tobacco prevention and cessation in our community.
Mazzola says there is no foolproof method to prevent youth tobacco use, but studies have shown tobacco use does begin within a pretty standard window.
We know that the majority of those who are using tobacco start before the age of 18.
The question now, have the local Tobacco 21 efforts played a key role in reducing the rates?
We have to take a comprehensive approach and we have to look at this over time.
And as more cities work to raise the age, business owners will have no choice but to follow suit and keep an eye on sales.
Obviously, if we could get those sales back, business would probably, be a little higher than it was this time last year.
In Columbus, Cierra Johnson, 10 TV News.
You can call them Special Christmas Elves. A group of Ohio State engineering students are making a difference this holiday season by making sure toys fit their special needs. 10 TV's Cierra Johnson explains how.
It's a workshop that would make even Santa a little jealous.
Really feel like I was making an impact with my engineering skills, and that really attracted me to it.
And the elves, well, they're engineering students at The Ohio State University. And they aren't making these toys, they're adapting them.
All the toys that we change they have electronics to them, so sound, light, movement, and we'll pick a functionality within that toy that we want to adapt and make usable for a child with a disability.
Using money from a grant, OSU purchases electronic toys like trains or noise-making dolls. The engineering students then get to work checking out the switchboard to see how the toy functions. They then add an additional output so the toy can be modified with a switch. From there, with a flip of a switch, button, or lever, children with a variety of physical disabilities can enjoy the sights and sounds of a toy they may not otherwise be able to use.
There are some that it's just a button with a larger surface area, or maybe one that takes less pressure to operate. And then there are some that are as sensitive as just kind of a light head tapping switch.
Some are easier than others. Some are so rough that we decide we never want to adapt these again. Some just go so well that we know we can always count on being able to adapt those in the future.
The project is a labor of love, one that teaches growth both for the budding engineer reinventing the toy and the recipient, a youngster who can now develop crucial motor and hand-eye coordination skills.
The most sort of eye-opening part is seeing the joy on the parents' faces when they can see their kids being self-sufficient with the toys.
In Columbus, Cierra Johnson, 10 TV News. The city of Columbus making yet another push to keep the MLS team in Central Ohio. In this letter by Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther to MLS Commissioner Don Garber and Crew SC owner Anthony Precourt, the city now suggesting 2 locations as potential sites for a new Crew stadium. One option, Lou Berliner Park. The nearly 200-acre site currently houses more than 30 softball and baseball diamonds on the city's southwest side. And another option outlined by the city, Dodge Recreation Center. The 16-acre property in Franklinton is just minutes from downtown. Both properties are publicly owned and offer easy access to nearby freeways. And Mayor Ginther also emphasized that the city was willing to collaborate with local developers to create an entertainment district around this new proposed stadium. That district would include bars, restaurants, and a cityscape.
Several offers have been floated. We're almost bidding against ourselves.
But some Central Ohioans we spoke would say the mayor's efforts may be falling on deaf ears. Earlier this month, Ginther met with the owner, Anthony Precourt, and the MLS commissioner in New York. The meeting ended with no resolution.
From what I've read, I think it'll be challenging for Columbus to present a competitive option.
So I think we're doing about the right thing. It's just unfortunate that the Crew hasn't really been that forthcoming about what they want.
A response statement released by Precourt Sports Ventures, or PSV, reads in part, quote, PSV remains open to productive dialogue should the City of Columbus choose to re-engage with PSV. In Columbus, Cierra Johnson, 10 TV News.